Another man that caught his conversation with a hacker on camera was Andy, who says that while it felt like his home was being burglarized, his hacker opened his eyes to how vulnerable his information was.
Hello, is anyone there? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Don't be scared or frightened. I'm not here to cause any malicious thing. I'm a security researcher from Canada. I'm here to like help you. I don't know, like your password's been leaked.
All right. I'm going to shut this thing down then.
Yeah, no worries. And again, I'm really sorry if I've startled you or anything. Just change your password and
Are you just like a hacker? How does this work?
I'm just a hacker. I'm with the anonymous Calgary hive mind in Canada, and you'll be fine.
That's
Yeah.
what they told us before they threatened to kill me.
Yeah. All right, Andy is joining us now via Polycom. His hacker, Hank, is joining us via Skype. Andy, let me start with you. How surprised were you when your camera started talking to you?
I was totally shocked. I mean, it was something that I would never expect. You know, you buy these things to protect yourself and you think that it's for the better good, but obviously it didn't turn out to be that way for me.
Hank, you're the one that was on the other end with the mask on saying what you were saying to him at the time, but you agreed to take the mask off for us and talk about this and help educate some people. What was your agenda? What were you thinking about? And why Andy?
What I was doing the day that I connected to Andy's camera was going through cameras that were attached to businesses, so something that's a physical business with a store, and it was warning them and telling them to enable two-factor authentication and don't reuse passwords.
Why is this on your list of things to do?
I've loved computers since I was really little. I never really considered hacking a bad thing, especially warning people about it.
Are you really a Canadian researcher?
I guess I'd like to call myself an independent security researcher. I look into bug bounties and vulnerabilities every day. This wasn't something that was meant to get as big as it did. I guess you could say best case scenario, because now something might actually be done about making two-factor authentication a little easier to enable.
Andy, how do you feel about Hank at this point?
I could totally understand where he came from. I mean, keep in mind, it was nothing that I would ever expect. Again, you buy these cameras with the full intention of having the security, but I shut the camera off and decided that it's never anything I ever want to have in my home again.
Do you still think that Hank is a violator?
No. What I was safe with was knowing that he came forward to me, explain where he was coming from, whereas the other guests on your show may not have had that type of situation.
Well, Hank, I'll ask you, Brooklyn and Eddie are here and they were contacted and this person told them they were a Canadian researcher and then ultimately threatened to kill her. You don't do that kind of thing, right?
No, and I want to say sorry to Brooklyn about the interaction you had. That's terrible. You guys don't deserve that. And that kid's an idiot.
Kevin, any comment or question to Hank that would help us understand more about any of this?
Yeah, why access it without authorization and kind of scare the target? Maybe there would have been a better way to advise them rather than breaking in.
Thank you for asking that, and you're right. I'll start by saying I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'm really happy to meet you.
Wow.
Secondly, you're right. This was done carelessly and not with the thought of people's privacy in mind.
But you learn from it, so that's the good thing. So obviously you're not going to be doing the same thing again.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I won't be doing this anymore.
Andy, Hank, thank you both for talking about this. And Hank, I really appreciate you coming and letting us have some insight into what was going on. You didn't have to do that, and I appreciate you doing it.
Thank you so much for having me.